Then, by absorbing the fluids from outside or the solution from outside, the cell become fully distended condition. Then that cell is known as turgid and the condition is turgidity. The turgid cell, that condition is turgidity. Then we can see that content of the cell will exert a pressure on the cell wall. Here you can see the cell content will exert a pressure on the cell wall. That pressure is known as Turgor pressure. In the same way, you saw that the cell wall can exert, because cell wall is made up of cellulose, it can exert a pressure on the cell content. That pressure is known as wall pressure. So, two kinds of pressure you can see here. The Turgor pressure. Turgor pressure is the pressure exerted by the cell content on the cell wall, and opposing it, the wall is exerting a pressure on the cell content. That pressure is known as wall pressure. You know that here another pressure is also there, osmotic pressure, because the water moves into the cell due to the osmotic concentration of the cell content. Cell has a high concentration of solution inside it, so the water have a tendency to enter into the cell. So the cell become turgid and turgor pressure will be created, and wall is protecting the cell from bursting out. That is the wall pressure. Then again, if we put the cell in a high concentrated solution, the cell again become flaccid. The condition is known as the plasmolysis. That process is known as plasmolysis. If we put the cell in a high concentrated or hypertonic solution, the shrinkage of the cell from the cell wall, that process is plasmolysis. The cell, because of the plasmolysis, the cell become limp or flaccid, and that condition is the flaccidity. You can see the flaccid cell here in the picture B. From the cell wall it is shrinked. That is plasmolysis occur. Then again, if we place the same cell in fresh water or in hypotonic solution, again absorbing the water, the cell become turgid again, or before death, if it is a living cell, it lost only water. The recovery or the reversal of the plasmolysis is known as deplasmolysis. You should sometimes question may be differentiate between plasmolysis and deplasmolysis, and differentiate between turgidity and flaccidity. There may be questions like that. Then uses of turgidity to plant. You can see here, turgidity provide rigidity to soft tissue such as the leaves. You might have observed in certain plants, soft stemmed, especially the soft stemmed plant, if we are not watering the plants enough, the plant will seem to be wilted. It cannot stand erect. That process is that is what happened to the soft tissues. Sometimes you see here, the wilting of the leaves is usually noticed when a plant is exposed to hot afternoon sun, when the amount of water lost during the transpiration is more than the water absorbed through the root. This also will happen. Sometimes the plant may be well watered. Some soft stemmed plant, even though it is well watered, in the afternoon time it seems to be wilted. Because of the hot sun, the transpiration rate will be higher than the absorption rate. That is why the plants seem to be wilted. There may be a question like that, why in the afternoon time we can observe the well watered plants seem to be wilted. The reason is that the reason is this one: the rate of transpiration will be more than the rate of absorption. Then again, the evening time, when the transpiration rate reduce, the plant, the leaf cell will become turgid and they can stand out. That is what happened to some soft stemmed plant. Then again, another use of turgidity or turgor pressure. The turgor pressure help to push through the hard ground. You might have observed some seeds that can come above the, sometimes the cotyledon also, epigeal germination, hypogeal germination, etc. You learned. The seed with cotyledon can push through the hard ground because of this turgor pressure. Using the pressure of water, the plants can do it. Sometimes even the hard, some plants like the banyan tree, its roots can even penetrate through the concrete surface because of this turgor pressure. Using the pressure of water, absorbing water, the seedlings or the roots of plants can come out of the ground, or it can break through the hard ground. Then another thing that is happening is turgor in the root cell build up root pressure. By absorbing water, it can upward flow of water occur because of the heavy pressure from the root, which is called the root pressure. Here an experiment is shown here. A soft stemmed plant is cut above the soil surface, and here a manometer is attached to it using a rubber tube. You can see the colored solution that came out, or we can see the rise in that upflow of water because of the root pressure. Then again, another, because of the root pressure, one thing happening through the cut stem, cell sap may ooze out. That process is known as bleeding. If we cut certain well-watered plant, or in certain plants, if we cut, you might have noticed some cell sap may come out. That is what happened when we cut the rubber trees. Rubber, its latex is coming out because of this root pressure. That process is known as bleeding. Then again, turgor in the opening and closing of stomata. You learn the structure of the stomata. Stomata has a kidney shaped cells. By filling it with water, it open, it become more turgid, and it has a concave inner surface. That stomatal opening will become wider because of the turgor pressure created inside the cell. The cell will become bulge out and the stomata open. Then again, turgor movement also you can see here. A touch-me-not plant is shown here. Its petiole, below the petiole there is a region known as pulvinus. Here when we touch it, it lose its turgor pressure inside it. That movement is known as turgor movement. When we touch, that stimulation that pass through a wave-like folding on the leaves, we can see because of the region known as pulvinus. It's a region, its pressure, that pressure inside the cell become reduced when we touch. So the closing of the leaves occur in touch-me-not plant. So these are the things that happening, the uses of that turgor pressure in plants you can see. Then again, another thing you can see, the root pressure also you can see. Here the section of a root is shown here in the picture. Diagrammatic cross section of a part of a root showing here the arrows, cell to cell conduction of water from root hair to xylem. Because of the uh, osmotic pressure endosmosis occur, water entering from cell to cell osmosis we can see because of the root pressure. You can see this happen. Then another process known as guttation. It is another process. In well-watered plant, in certain plants like tomato, grass, banana or ferns, the root pressure is high enough to force water all the way through the stem and comes out through the end of the leaf vein. In banana plant, usually in the winter season we can observe the process of guttation. At the margins of leaf we can see drops of water. That drops of water, if the soil must be well watered, so the root absorb enough water and that reach up to, that root pressure is up to the end of the veins of the leaf, so that water may come out through the opening at the tip of the veins. Usually at the leaf margin we can see the drops of water that is coming through the xylem vessels. It is reaching up to the leaf vein tip. That especially in the winter mornings we can see small drops of water at the tip of this leaf. That process is known as guttation. In the summer days we cannot observe it because that water drops coming out through the vein tips may get evaporated, so we cannot see the guttation during the summer season. But during the winter season, if we observe, because it is cool, the night is cool in the winter season, so the water may remain at the margins of the leaf, so we can see the guttation. Thank you. I am finishing my lesson now. Then I have to tell you that our syllabus is reduced too much, so I shall send you a copy of syllabus. Yesterday we got a printed copy of the syllabus, reduced syllabus. In that our chapter genetics also removed according to the syllabus, new latest reduced syllabus. So I shall send a copy of it, you shall see it. Thank you. I am finishing my lesson.